Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode.
Hi guys.
So this one is a little different because Shanice isn't here with us today because she got summer school and shit going on, so she got to deal with some stuff. So because of that, I'm unfortunately stuck with D
One
here.
uh,
Just call me a whore.
yeah, unfortunately my ass.
So for this episode, we're gonna go about it a little different. Cause when we're thinking of like what to talk about, it's like it's us two, so we talk about a whole bunch of shit at the same time. Doesn't go nowhere, so you're like, we might as well try it in an episode. So instead of like one main topic, we're gonna do like two different ones. So we'll see how that goes. Let us know what you guys think of the structure and of the episode, and we shall get started.
So first we're gonna talk about controversies. And when we mean controversies, we mean like celebrity controversies, not anything else. So I chose two recent ones, I guess you can say. So the most recent actually, I don't okay, listen. I don't have TikTok. I don't associate with TikTok
Anti TikTok over here.
unless you're Shanice.
Yeah.
But I was scrolling through Snapchat and like on the stories, like on the news shit, something came up about Addison Rae. So I'm like, hey, let me see who this is. Like, what's it about? And
So
apparently, she was hosting, like, she was set to host the UFC. I don't know if she did actually and then host the UFC. Um,
let's see. Keep talking. I'll look it up.
so apparently, since she's hosting it, a lot of people got upset that like why do celebrities just get handouts like this when people work their asses off, which I understand and I agree. Like why do they get it and then people who work their asses off don't? And in response to that, I don't know why she did. She put more gas into the fire. She said, "I worked a whole 2 months to get this job or
In
get
journalism.
journalism." Yeah, and
So I
everyone,
looked up,
yeah.
sorry, and I'm seeing what do you call it? Like headlines
Mhm.
saying that she joked that she was fired from it. Um Addison Rae, quote unquote, fired as UFC correspondent. It's a thing of the past. Blah 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 blah. So I guess she didn't get through with it. I don't know. Because there's pictures of her like at the event
Yeah. So I was
with
like,
the microphone.
but like, what do you think of it? Do you think she should have got it? Do you think?
Hell no. Fuck. I mean, okay, see, I don't really care, but it's just the fact of how she went about it. Because I don't care if I don't watch UFC, I don't care. And I don't care about this whole TikTok new generation of celebrities, influencers.
Mhm.
So I couldn't really care less, but it just goes to show because we've also kind of seen this with like when I first heard about it, it reminded me of what the fuck are they? The Ace family when they went to go work at the cafe
Oh my gosh, yeah.
for like 24 hours or whatever. It's giving though that. Like it just goes to show that like I guess certain types of celebrities that have like these what do you call it? Like overnight fame type of things going on. It's like, okay, you're doing the bare minimum. Like I don't think journalism takes only 2 whole months to do in school, first of all. And second of all, like when we were like kind of talking about it earlier before we started recording, it was like she's like our age or like our peer like age group.
Let's see how
So her saying that, oh my god, I went to school for like 2 months. Like, okay,
she's
a
20.
lot of us are in school right now. Like, it's not a phenomenon. It's not, Everyone's like, oh my god, Addison Rae went to school. Wow,
So if you're from America, or like
she broke the internet. Yeah. But,
Sometimes when you're going to school, it's a big thing. I feel like.
yeah. And then she's been getting backlash of like, I guess these type of like jobs or whatever that she's been offered with like the Jimmy, is it Jimmy Kimmel or the other one, Jimmy Fallon? Which one? One of those.
They confuse the fuck out of me.
One of the Jimmys. There's backlash for that too. So it's just kind of like, yeah, exactly. She's being like handed out these opportunities, and it's just very mediocre and like bare minimum shit.
I didn't
Hmm?
listen to it. Apparently her song's out. She put a song out.
It's not that great. Like she's not that great, and like not to put race into it, but she gonna put race into it because that was like the whole backlash of the Jimmy Kimmel thing or Jimmy Fallon, whichever one. I think it's Fallon. Um, it's like this whole thing of like white woman mediocrity type of thing going on, where it's kind of like they don't really have to do much to get the attention and like the reward aspect out of it.
Yeah.
But she's not. Yeah, she's not that. She's not that good. Cause was it today? I was watching some like Snapchat show. It's like one of those like gossip things. It's like some young girl that does it. I don't know who it is. And I forgot what the story was, but I think it was kind of like the same thing. And then they showed a clip of her. I forgot what brand it is, but they do the song association challenge where they give you like a lyric or a word. They give you a word and then you have to associate a song with it. And when she was doing it, it was like, I mean, like you know, I can't sing, but she's not that great. And then apparently, like people were like joking about it in the comments and shit. I'm like,
I remember that.
yeah, like she's not that great. Her music video wasn't.
On the other hand, I think Bella Porch should get on.
Exactly. If you're going, exactly.
The first song actually is pretty catchy.
It is, and she's actually a good singer.
Exactly.
I don't think Addison Rae is a good singer. I think she just sings.
Wow.
I don't think she's a singer. I think she just sings, and then her platform allowed her to produce music professionally.
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry. Not really.
I don't know if Charlie or Dixie, I don't know who the fuck at this point. One of them also dropped a song and is like,
It was Dixie. I didn't even know Dixie sang. I didn't even know Dixie.
I don't know who was it. Like, I confused the two. Oh my gosh, she needs to
She's
be
the older one. Dixie's our age, I think.
She needs to be my ass when she hears this.
That's okay. Oh yeah, that's Shanice's baby mama.
So that's her child.
Yeah. Oh well. But her, from whatever like I heard from the clip, like she sounds pretty good. She sounds better than Addison to me.
I still need to listen to Addison. I haven't listened to her. So
You're not. No.
I feel like yeah.
Yeah. Like if you listen to her, it's to like know what I'm talking about, but it's not to listen to her to like listen to her.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like after listening to Bella Porch, I know TikToker. I feel like will suffice to her.
Yeah. Your next one is interesting.
Oh, okay. So the next controversy, which is I wasn't following too much, but I did grow up like watching her on YouTube, even though
Okay.
she's actual
Talk show host.
yeah. Was Ellen?
You didn't used to come back home from school and watch her on TV.
No, because I didn't know where to watch her on. I just came back and watched like fucking Family Channel.
Oh, you were in, yeah. What? I don't even know what channel it's on, to be honest.
It was
I
either
was
Family
kinda like,
or
if
TLC.
Jerry Springer wasn't on or Maury, that was kind of like the next thing.
But for her workplace was very toxic apparently, and a bunch of allegations came forward, and she was denying it. I
What kind
think,
of allegations?
like saying how she was rude and like how it was so toxic and like people couldn't be around her and like how she made people cry.
Oh,
And then they apparently they canceled the show. I think they're not renewing for for a new season.
newsies.
For a new season, and I'm like,
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah, if that's the case, which I
Dang.
don't is, let me see if this is
Because when I first heard of it, I was so confused because I'm like, Ellen?
On her, yeah, on her guest
Ellen?
too. I saw the guest one and how she was like, "You can't be funnier than Ellen." Like they were telling her that and stuff. And honestly, I don't think Ellen's funny like that.
No,
Like,
it's like talk show host comedy.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, but at the end of the day, so it says that they're not renewing after 20 this season coming up after 21-22 season.
Yeah.
So 2021-2022 season. So I think honestly, it's like, hey, like if it was that toxic, like you reap what you sow. Like you're not gonna, no,
Yeah.
like
Do people even like watch it like that anymore?
I don't know. All I ever watched was on YouTube, but I don't even know if they watched it like that even then.
Yeah. And then, well, I guess it's the job of a talk show host, I don't know, to like kind of throw shade because I've seen clips of, I don't have a specific example, but oh, I forgot what celebrity it was, but it was something about how Ellen wasn't invited to, I think it was like a Christmas party or something, or New Year's or some.
She was apparently, and then she's gonna come, but
And then
she was.
she didn't get the invitation. Yeah. Boom. Mm.
I don't know, but at the end of the day, hey, whatever you put out there is what you get to get, and we'll talk about that more soon.
Which is a nice segment. Yeah. Um. So like, go off the topic a little bit. I don't know if you like know about Wendy Williams like that
I do. I don't like her.
because I don't know how she's still able to keep her show on air and Ellen isn't.
That's very true. That's actually a good point.
Like in Ellen's defense, I guess I don't know. I don't understand because Wendy Williams.
Wendy's just like a bitch. I don't know if she's actually a bitch to her, like, employees, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So, hey, it might be like she can be a good, like, she can be actually a good employer, and her workplace can be like great. She's just like a bitch.
But why would you want to work? I mean, I guess. Yeah,
Mm.
it is.
On your resume, it looks good saying that you worked for Ellen DeGeneres.
But to for Ellen, yeah. I don't know about Wendy Williams.
Yeah,
I'm an employer, and someone comes to me with a resume, and they say fucking Wendy Williams on the resume. Get the fuck out of my office.
exactly.
Cause why?
Yeah.
How you doing? Goodbye.
How's her show been like running so long?
I don't know.
Like she ain't even
It's
that.
like it's entertainment to an extent. Cause I seen something on Twitter. I forgot what it was, but it's like she leads up to something. No, I said that wrong. She'll build like whatever story she's covering, she'll build it up and then it'll just end really horribly. You know how like Shanice, I don't know why we're Shanice slandered today. It's funny.
Yeah.
But you know how Shanice like brings up certain stuff and she's like, you should not be bringing that up so casually.
Oh
That's
yeah.
kind of what Wendy Williams does. And it's like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, these are people's real lives. That
Yeah. I remember that, yeah, that's very true.
yeah.
But hey, who'd you choose?
Oh, I want to speak his name. I fucking hate his name. The baby. I just have to say it ugly on purpose. Um,
He is ugly.
per. So very, very, very recently, in like the last week, was it this week or last week? I don't know. Within the last week, um, a music event called Rolling Loud. If you anyone that doesn't know, it's just like a Coachella, but like for like rap hip hop music. And he came on stage and he was just saying some like very homophobic shit.
Okay.
And at first, because I was only like seeing and hearing from it like sparingly on Twitter and shit. That's literally where I get all my news. Um, and I didn't get it because I'm like, why is he saying this shit? And then the first actual video I seen was him trying to like explain himself. I don't even know if you call it an apology video because he wasn't really apologizing about anything. And it was just got worse. And then people were saying like this video was worse than his initial thing. So I'm like, what the fuck is he even talking about? So then I watched a YouTube video on it, and um, the YouTuber, his name is Zach Campbell, and he's gay. So he was basically saying like even tried to find context from like the initial stage appearance, and there's literally just no context. Like I guess you just came up and started saying like stupid ass shit.
Uh-huh.
Um, I won't repeat it because yikes. But like whoever wants to look it up, just look it up. So he was saying homophobic shit, having to deal with like HIV and AIDS and like the gay community.
How his yeah. Continue.
Yeah, and then his explanation video was trying to defend himself, saying how his gay fans wouldn't have basically STDs and shit because I don't know, because they're not being nasty, quote unquote. It's really bad. It's horrible. And then everyone's like, not trying to tell him, obviously, but like online, like, does this man not know how these things work? Like, this isn't the 1970s, whenever the whole AIDS, HIV thing was a thing for like the gay community. Like, we're not back in that time. Okay. And even back then, it's like, it's not exclusive to the gay community. Like, everyone gets it. Well, not everyone gets it, but anyone can get it. And some people are even like born with HIV and shit. So it's just. And then he's been problematic for a while. Oh, and another thing is that apparently Ellen is after, because you know, like the whole Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion situation.
Uh-huh.
So a while ago, the baby retweeted someone else's tweet saying how something about like him and Tory Lanez kicking it because I don't know, something happened between the baby and like Megan Thee Stallion, but like some shit like that, like associating him and Tory Lanez together. And then the baby retweeted it and was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? Because Megan's supposed to be your friend." Blah blah blah. So apparently Meg performed before he did, and then when he came on stage, he brought on Tory Lanez, and it's just like, how disrespectful can you be? Type shit.
Yeah.
Like you're, because no one knows the true story of what happened, blah blah blah. But it's like you're bringing the potential abuser of your so-called friend on stage right after she performs. It is a mess. I wasn't really a DaBaby fan. I fucking hate his goddamn name. I hate saying it.
Listen to his music, so never ever.
Yeah, I haven't listened to his music, but I've listened to like him and Meg's features.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah, see?
I didn't know
Well, like other than that, I don't really care. And then he said some problematic shit before he's done problematic shit. And my whole thing is just like, you have a child, fam, a daughter that you're supposed to like,
that.
you know, fatherly figure, good, masculine, whatever the fuck. So it's just a mess. I don't get it. Hmm?
No clue, your daughter.
Yeah. And she's like old enough to know type shit.
Yeah, a lot of these children are gonna see how shitty their parents are.
Cause I was thinking that I'm like the response video that he did. It's like your daughter will probably see this one day and be like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And like, what provoked him to say that? Like out of nowhere.
Unprovoked. That's the thing. These people be unprovoked, being loud and wrong, strong. Like unprovoked coming on stage just talking shit.
Like, I feel like a gay guy turned him down. He just turned homophobic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who hurt you, bro? Everyone was like, who hurt you? You probably have a man in your bed right now saying shit. Like, who hurt you? Are you okay? This is a little too specific. Like,
Scary. Like, if you ain't getting your dick sucked in like a parking lot, are you serious?
like, why do you know these things? Supposedly, allegedly. Like, what's going on? Yeah. So that's a good transition. Speaking about the gay community, James Charles. This is like kind of old, but not too old. Um, Honestly, if y'all don't know what's been going on, probably don't have internet, which is okay,
Good for you.
right? Honestly, at this point.
Good for you.
But James Charles has been known now to be a predator. Was it today you sent me that stupid ass video? I just saw James Charles because I forgot her name. the YouTuber. She like explains like controversies and shit.
Oh shit.
Um, yeah, I was watching her the other day about it, so I guess it's kind of relevant to me right now. I don't know. Like he's done too much. He's done too much.
Doing the most.
He's doing the most. I even know like where he is right now in his career after all this shit. But I hope he's not where he used to be. Well, I don't think he is because he's lost a lot of brand deals, a lot of following. He's lost a lot. So
I remember before this, it was like him trying to like turn straight guys gay.
yeah. So okay. So even before that, there's been like underage um accusations.
Oh shit.
Like I think one of like the first ones was like for underage boys, and then I think it was the like excuse me if I'm wrong, I don't know, but I just remember like that. And then it was the turning straight guys gay, and then now it's like predator shit again. So and then I think like in between all that, I don't know if you what's her name? What's her name? Tati?
Who?
I don't know her. She's like one of the beauty influencers that are like up there. So apparently, because you know he's still like young. Like, I think he's like a year or two older than us.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like pretty young.
Yeah, and Tati is like 30 something, I think, or yeah. Um, it was something to because I think she was coming out with a vitamins like gummy vitamins line for like hair and nails and whatever, and he was promoting like another brand. I don't know, it was some stupid shit, and then it was like breaking my side. It was dramatic as fuck. So within the past like 2-3 years, he's been pretty relevant in a bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, the next one that I have is Lil Nas, and because me and D talked about like when it initially happened. What was the song name? Whatever the song is. When he like
Oh,
pulled to
Montero.
heal. Yeah. So when that song first came out and like amidst the whole controversy and backlash, like me and D were talking about it. And I was like, I agree with the meaning behind the music or the song because it's like a gay man supposedly having to go to hell because he's gay and blah blah blah, right? But the music video, yikes! Even though I didn't really watch it. And then,
Okay.
huh? Did you watch it?
I haven't yet.
You haven't yet?
I don't want to either. It's like, no, I just don't want to.
Yeah, I think I've heard like some of the song, but not all the way.
Mhm.
But I don't really care about it because I don't keep up with that shit. But I was just like, I understand his meaning behind it. I guess the execution could have been a little different. But he's also a master troll, so yeah, he likes to piss people off. And then after that, he
Hey.
came out with the yeah.
Well, I was gonna say it like after.
No, I'll say no.
No, because you had to say that first, and like.
Oh. And then after that, he came out with the shoe line that's not Nike.
Yeah.
Like, what shoe brand is it then? I don't know. But apparently, he put human blood in the fucking shoes. They look like fucking Air Maxes. I thought they did. But apparently, they're not Nike because Nike sued him. So
I think he lost, of course. I mean, it's copyrighted.
I'm
Probably.
sure, yeah.
I don't know
Because I don't know where you got the name Nike from if it wasn't from Nike.
I'm all for celebrity creativity and blah blah blah, right? Personally, I don't agree with it, but hey, okay, do what you want, right? There's the audience out there for you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The shoes, bro. How the fuck you gonna take it that far?
Because it's like, first you did a lot, and then now you're doing too much. Because what was the reason? What was the reason?
Honestly.
You couldn't put, because I thought he was trolling at first, and everyone was taking it too seriously, and it was probably like fucking food coloring or like fake, like special effects blood. But no, apparently it's like actual.
Yeah, like it's actual
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, maybe it was like, someone from his team was like, ah ha ha, I'll go along with it. But
Apparently, it's like all his team's blood.
yeah. So, because I was like, if it's actual like consensual, like, whatever, then I guess it's not that bad, but it's still very weird.
It's fucking weird. Imagine you're literally.
Yeah. And then the shoes probably cost like $1,000 fucking. Why do I have human blood on my sneaker? What if
Yeah,
I get arrested and there's not my fucking blood in my shoes? I'm going to jail.
exactly.
I'm getting life in jail. That's crazy. And it's not even Nike, bro. That's crazy. It's given the Balenci, whatever it was. Balenciagas.
The Balenciagas.
Yeah. Um, yeah. But also related, because he came out with a new song. Forgot what it's called, but I listened to it. Oh, what's it called? Industry Baby. So I guess that's kind of like, not his comeback, but, you can kind of be like, okay, I like Lil Nas again. Because he made a better song.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, kudos to you for staying true to yourself, I suppose.
I mean, hey, do you? At the end of
Yeah.
the day, I'm like, okay, celebrities can do what they want because there's always going to be audience for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just hey, this is our 2 cents on it.
Yeah. Because the part I'm here for is him, um, like bringing LGBTQ into the hip hop industry type shit. Like I'm here for the message and the purpose of his career. But I also don't really care that much, anyways. Like for the whole controversy shit. So
I don't agree with it because it's just my values and stuff. I don't.
yeah, yeah,
Hey, like I said, there's an audience for him, and if that's what Jaden said, like if there's a like he's a gay man trying to be in hip hop, like a genre or music that's very like homophobic, I guess. Like that's all music in general,
yeah.
but like
He's a gay black man in the hip hop industry. Yikes!
so
And he's still getting backlash for being gay. So
yeah. So hey, do you? Not my cup of tea. It could be yours, and that's all good, boo.
yeah, I'm not paying free music on Apple Music, but you feel me? Or I'm not listening to music at all, to be honest.
Gonna lie, I heard this song on the radio like after the controversy, like a couple of days when it came out. I was like, it's not bad. It's not a bad song.
I didn't because they were using the song on TikTok as sounds, and I didn't know it was that song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this song kind of hits. So yeah, when we were like talking about it initially, I'm like, that's the song. The song's good. It's just a video. It was literally just a video because I think I even looked up the lyrics after. I'm like, the lyrics are literally not bad. Like,
Yeah, it's literally
it says what it needs to say. It's just the music video.
call me by your name or some shit.
Yeah, it's literally just a music video and like the creative thing behind it. That's the controversy. But the song itself is literally not bad, like at all. Wow. Next. What did you mention earlier?
What?
What was the thing that you said that was a good segue?
I forgot. Oh, it's Ellen how she puts stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So back on what Dee said earlier about like putting shit out into the world and then gaining whatever like consequences back. We're gonna be talking a little philosophical. So credits to my man because I wouldn't have thought of this, and he's very into like philosophy shit. So he suggested that we talk about universal laws that like pertain to us specifically, or just like something that we've talked about before or mentioned before. So take it away, D.
Okay, so
What's the universal law that like pertains to you or resonates with
I didn't choose one that pertained to me per se.
you? Mm-hmm.
Well, all of them pertain to everyone somehow. I'm just saying. There's like 7 laws, and like I feel like everyone has like
It's 12 universal laws, but the one that I think you're going to talk about has like 7 sub
yeah.
laws. Yeah.
So like Jane said, so it's 12, and I think every human can relate to that somehow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to talk about one that's like very known, and it's a lot. And it's very common these days because a lot of people aren't very, how you say, like religious or anymore, and like not very, yeah, like
Like,
they're
yeah.
not religious. There's more spiritual people like that these days.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of attraction, and it's pretty much the law of attraction is a philosophy suggesting that positive thoughts bring positive results in the person's life. Y'all, I took this off Google. Don't like this. But pretty much is literally whatever you put out in the world, you're a good person, you're a bad person, you're an okay person, is what you will gain in your life. Like this is what you will attract pretty much. So say I'm a good person, I will get good stuff in return. It's like karma in a way. You know, you do something bad or you like
Give
put
like
out
a specific example. Like
okay,
a
cuz I'm okay, karma isn't like, oh, since this person did this to me, they're going to get something and then like the next day they trip and fall. Like that's not karma.
mm-hmm.
Let me see that. Okay. For example, say a person is a bad person in general. They treat humans like shit. They treat fellow people as like shit. Like they're rude to people who work in customer service. They're rude to you, your family, your friends. You know, just a shitty person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in return, they're gonna get a shitty experience. They're gonna be told off. They're gonna get yelled at. They're gonna have bad stuff happen to them. Maybe not all at once, but like like in like how you what's the word consecutively or
I know what you're trying to say, but I don't remember the word. But yeah,
collective, their human experience won't be good.
there you go. Yeah, like day to day life.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good, and then with that mindset, they're not gonna change. You know?
Mm-hmm. So it's like the type of energy you bring to like others or things in your life, you'll like get the same energy back
Exactly.
in some type of way or form.
If you're a bad person, you probably don't have the best friends. You probably don't have the best family. You probably
Mm-hmm.
don't have the best job.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you're gonna become even more bad person because you're gonna think, hey, it's them, not me. You know?
Yeah.
So the law of attraction is pretty much what I think every people should do. I think everyone should be a good person. I think everyone should be kind. Like you should, not you should, do what you want. But like I'm just saying, you put out stuff, you're good stuff. You'll probably get good stuff back. I don't know if you believe in it.
I mean, it makes sense even on a like a more
Yeah, I'm
like definite sense because obviously if you treat people nice, then people are gonna want to treat you back nice.
exactly. But I don't necessarily don't I don't know if I agree with this law, or I don't know. I think you just in general should be a good person. Whatever happens, happens. But because I don't, I'm a very logical person in the sense where I think, hey, like, you know,
That's a good. You're having a lot of segues today.
no, hella, I'm a very logical person. So I don't know if I fully believe this, but I understand why people can't believe this.
Because I guess it could just be like it is kind of definite. Like obviously, because that's why people say treat people how you want to be treated. Because obviously you'll get it in return. But I guess this is just for the people who like think of it more deeply than the surface logical level. It's
Yeah,
like because yeah, the way you think of it is like obviously if I treat someone nice, then they're gonna be nice back to me if they're a good person. But this one I guess is more of like energy wise. Like if you bring out good energy or negative energy, then the energy of the universe will like, you know, come back a
I
certain.
agree with it. The universe part.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just stating the law of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an interesting law, and you should read upon it. I just, in general, if you guys take anything away from this law, just be good people,
Me
and
too. Yeah.
yeah, just be good people. You know,
It's
Maybe
like, do what you want to do. The choice is yours, but don't complain if you get a certain outcome.
exactly, exactly,
And then if you don't like it, then gotta change it.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other laws too, guys. Like if you want to read up on
Mhm.
that.
And it could be, you know how there's people that kind of like blame the world for their problems,
Hmm.
type shit. Like, why does this keep happening to me? Da, da, da. And then some people just claim to not know why bad shit happens to them all the time. It could be because you're giving out the same energy. Feel me? Like if you're, and it may not be conscious, obviously, because sometimes people don't know how they be treating other people. But I guess it's just a thing to like take a look inward, because I think all of these universal laws is like um a way to like self-reflect and then gain the ultimate goal that you want in the end, or like the ideal goal in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even like the whole manifestation thing, like I get it, but also logically it would make sense, because if you keep telling yourself or like putting this energy out into the world, you're gonna like basically self-motivate yourself
Yeah.
to like do what your goals are. So it's kind of like it works hand in hand.
Yeah. You can look at both perspectives.
Yeah,
Both
exactly.
logically. I have to say though, I do believe in karma.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I definitely believe in karma. I think so. Maybe I do kind of agree with law of attraction. Kind of.
You don't have to be like invested in it,
Yeah,
but
I mean, definitely not. But I 100%. Okay, let's do like 85, 75%.
which is, yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Because I also go by like the whole, I don't know, I'd be saying this shit a lot, like energies from like different people. Like I guess I technically go by it, but I'm not necessarily practicing it type
mhm,
shit. Like I'm not devoted to it or anything.
yeah.
But it's interesting to like talk about. The one I chose is the law of gender. So when I first read this, or read about it when we were like picking which ones to do, I thought of it as a different way than like what I have here now. Uh, so to explain it, law of gender is basically masculine versus feminine energy versus like physical like expression of gender, so like man, woman, whatever. So basically, everyone has both masculine and feminine energy in them. It just depends, I guess, which one dominates in your life, and then the ultimate goal is to obviously like have balance, because that's like the goal with everything in philosophy is to have balance. Um, so the masculine energy is basically the assertiveness, logic, and systematic way of thinking, and feminine energy is the receptivity, emotion, and intuitive side of thinking. And I got this from a YouTube video, so like if it's wrong, my bad, I guess. No,
Guys,
but
everything in this video, don't take it with a grain of salt. We don't know.
yeah. So because this is like fast look of research. So everyone has both, like I said, and then the goal is to have balance. So because when I've discussed with other people and like when I thought about it myself, it's like um I don't really know what exact percent of like each energy I have, but I know I have a good amount of masculine energy that I've like demonstrated.
Maybe there's like
Uh,
a test that we should do.
hmm?
Maybe there's like a test that we should do.
Yeah, we'll look one up later.
I'm like, okay, yeah. Sorry, go.
Oh, we should have thought of that. That's me. But we'll look one up later. And then I am very like, what do you call it? Like in tune with my emotions and my thoughts and blah 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 blah. So I've like to think that I have both, but as of recently, I've been trying to step. Well, I thought from when I first read it, I was trying to step more into my feminine energy in terms of like womanhood and expressing myself more like feminine wise and blah 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 blah. But I don't know if that would count from like this definition.
Um,
Yeah. So I think because we have, yeah, like we've talked about before, like we're both very logical. Um, we can be assertive in terms of like our beliefs and like, you know, what we stand up for and blah, blah, blah. Um, but we are also very receptive to other people and like emotions and intuitively. So if your masculine energy is more dominant, then that could turn into aggressive behavior or making rash decisions. And then if your feminine energy is more dominant, then that could lead to like overthinking and the inability to take action. So you wouldn't want any of these to dominate the other, because you know it leads to negative consequences. So you would want, you know, both of them, because from what I learned earlier is kind of like the law of gender is kind of like the yin and yang. It's like the light side, dark side. I think the dark side is feminine, and then the light side is masculine. And then, hmm?
You gotta be dark. I'm like, hey.
A lie. I was kind of feeling some type of way, but that's okay. Um, but then also, if you guys know what like the yin yang sign looks like, it's also like the dark hole inside the white, and then the white hole inside the dark. So it's like one can't exist without the other, and that basically translates into the law of gender. And then another way to think about it also is like nature wise. So apparently the sun is masculine energy and the moon is feminine energy, which
I
makes
was
sense.
opposite. Damn. I don't know why.
I don't know, but because a lot of feminine things and like from what I've learned in like school and like online and stuff, like a lot of feminine energy related topics have to do with the moon.
Because
So
we
that makes sense to me.
I don't know. Because we're the light and dark. I'm joking.
Oh, see? There you go. Debunked it. Yeah. And then another example was masculine energy are mountains and feminine energy is the forest. I don't really know why, but the point of it is like everything works together to make unison and like for everything to work. Blah, 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 blah. So I thought that was interesting because exactly, I've only known like the law of attraction because that's the only thing I've learned. So it was interesting for like the law of gender because I thought the law of gender was like something different than what I found out today. That's cool. Like, what do you think about the law of gender in terms of like yourself?
I think it's interesting. I think for me personally, it got me thinking like what is more dominant and what's not, and like I think I'm pretty both in
I
general.
think you.
I was always a very in tune with my emotion person and everyone's emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think everyone has both masculine and feminine. That's like everyone for
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just which it depends which one you're more in tune with.
except for I could say masculine. Um, with assertiveness, I'll be like probably masculine and like logical thinking. Yeah, but I'm also very in tune and thing. But I think I've been masculine. Like yeah, that was very dominant growing up because
Mm-hmm.
just due to certain circumstances in my family.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up. I was just more. I would say masculine.
Mm-hmm.
Had that more that energy, but I'm also trying to get into feminine like energy and stuff like that. Not
Yeah.
that I don't have. I like it's like with Jaideen. Like I had both. I have both, but I don't know if womanhood and stepping into that correlates with the law of gender.
Yeah. Because by this definition, we you know we're pretty strong in that category.
Yeah,
Not gonna
like
lie.
I'm very strong in the feminine and emotions and
Yeah, because even in the video, they also gave the example of like work and profession occupations. So, for example, like generally, it's known that math is to be masculine energy, and like art, like different types of arts are feminine energy. But obviously, men can be artists and women can be like businessmen and like mathematicians or whatever,
yeah.
because everyone has both energies, so it makes sense. I guess it just depends which one is more dominant in your life.
You can work on either energy as well.
Yeah.
It's whatever you are.
And then also, I think it said something about, so like for example, men who are more in tune with their feminine energy get along better with like women
Yeah.
because they're able to be intuitive and like they're receptive and emotional intelligence and all that stuff versus I guess a man who has very little feminine energy or is in tune, not as in tune with their feminine energy, doesn't demonstrate those kind of behaviors because they're more masculine energy. So,
And I would say like if it's also the same with a woman who's more
mm-hmm.
would have more male friends.
Yeah, yeah,
So
you're right. Because even the YouTube couple I have, they've mentioned not what, even the YouTube couple I watch, they mention like pretty frequently that the male has feminine energy because he's able to like be receptive to her and like all that stuff that we mentioned. So it's pretty interesting. And then I also thought of how it's like kind of tricky because yeah, it's not necessarily like physical gender, but more of the energy. How like I guess throughout history it's become the physical gender because like gender roles and stuff, and it's pretty much like the same thing because it's like you don't really want to say men. How do you explain it? You know what I'm trying to say?
mm,
'Cause, like yes, it's not because like yeah, woman can have masculine energy, but that's also pretty much a man. But you don't want to say it that way because it's not the physical form of the human, but it's like the
I
energy that
think
we have.
people
It
now I think people now are separating the two because
mm-hmm,
it's like oh a woman like has is a mathematician they'll be like oh like she's a man like she's trying to be a man you know
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
they put that in the physical embodiment but it's not like now it's like oh she has more masculine characteristics not like
That she's trying to be.
yeah not that she's trying to be a man because nowadays people can differentiate the two.
Yeah. And you also just brought up a thought of like, because I've seen it not in like in person, but like online and stuff, like in gay men. This is a very interesting video episode. But because you know how it's like the stigma that like I guess gay men are feminine and blah blah blah. But there's also gay men that are not because it's not like it doesn't really have anything to do with your sexuality.
Yeah,
Basically, it's just like
I
you know,
think it doesn't have to do with it, but I think a lot of people like society will correlate to because they see that gay
yeah,
men, lesbian women have more of the opposite energies.
yeah. So that's why I found it interesting and like kind of tricky because I'm like it kind of does correlate, but that is also because of how society made it to be. The society we live in.
But I think we came a long way from differentiating a person trying to say be a man and just acting more
Absolutely.
with the male energy.
And mind you, this is philosophy we're talking about, okay? Like 1700 BC, okay?
You can argue all these points. Shit, anyone can argue us, and we can be very, very wrong.
Like it's funny because the world supposedly literally started out this way. So who made it into what it is? Like it doesn't make sense.
That's the beauty of philosophy. I'm not a big philosopher, but the beauty of philosophy is that all these arguments and statements can be argued and can evolve. You know?
Yeah, like it's just so funny to me because I'm like, you're all pressed about shit that's literally centuries and millennium,
Yeah.
like opposite of what you're saying, and
Like,
you're here saying it loud and wrong with your chest, like,
and guess what? And it could be okay. And you can be loud and wrong, and we can argue about this all day.
per we got time, cuz. Do you know that video?
I was gonna
I
say,
got time, cuz. Do you know that?
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, also a lot of philosophy. This is a fact, or like a side note. Like it's affected by history. Like
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cultures say had this is very off topic, like very very off topic, but a lot of cultures had like a third gender. Um,
Oh, I was just gonna ask you. Sorry to cut you off, because I was thinking that too. Because I'm like, is she saying what I'm thinking? I was gonna ask what the you know how there's that symbol where it's like continue. I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know what it's,
I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead.
but there's a lot of cultures had third genders. Like I know in like in India they had it, in Hawaii they have it, in a lot of like Asian cultures, African, like a lot of cultures had a third gender, and their philosophy, not that I know, probably did have like that. How do I word it? Like they were probably more open. Like the philosophy was more open, I guess.
hmm
Yeah.
Because that's why it's like it's more of an energy thing and not a physical human form thing, right? Because it's like I can't find it. I'll probably see it one day randomly, but it was because it's supposed to be the energies that make up like the human life, right? It's not supposed to be this definite man, woman, male, female
Yeah.
thing, but whoever made it that way. They're like, I'm uncomfortable with all this intellectual
Yeah, it's like
ideas on it.
a lot of it is colonization, and a lot of it is like like it's
Mm-hmm.
very like history and stuff like that. Like its philosophy is very dependent on history, and But hey, that's a very side note, like a side fact, side note. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's just interesting how philosophy is.
It is because it's like,
I didn't ever go into it, but it's interesting and I can admire it.
oh no, that philosophy course, never again.
Yeah.
That's why, because like these things for me personally, like when I talk about it with my man, or like I learn about it like on my own, and like I just stumble upon it or whatever, and then I just do self research. It makes sense to me, and I'm very intrigued. But the way they teach it, like textbook wise, doesn't
Boring.
make no goddamn sense.
It's quite boring.
Like it
Like
is.
reading it from a textbook. Like if you're talking like how me and Jay talk, it's like interesting. But if you're literally reading it from a book, it's not.
Because
Unless you
it's literally
like,
1900 BC English, like because I remember my philosophy class we had. It's not like a textbook, but like the textbook that be like chapter books type of thing.
uh
So it was one of those, which already is disgusting. And then supposedly it was supposed to be, how they like translate it or simplify it for students or whatever.
you're stupid. Yeah.
But it still doesn't make sense. I don't know why y'all just can't talk about it like we're talking about it in the book. Like throw in a little curse word or some shit. Feel me?
No.
Throw in some y'all in there or something.
Who was the guy who's like, oh, the sky is blue? Interesting. Was it like the Greeks? I think it was the Greeks.
The sky is blue. Interesting.
Like philosophy started with a guy who literally looked up the sky and was like, the sky is blue. I wonder some shit.
That don't. I never learned that about Plato or
Oh,
or
yeah, sure.
or the other one. Shit, what's the name?
Socrates. I don't know who the fuck.
Socrates and Aristotle. I never learned
Yeah,
that.
I learned about it and I didn't care.
I never learned because the philosophy I took was ethics.
Sorry.
I think the philosophy course I took was like society and ethics, or no, society and values or something. It had to do with like fucking pursuit of happiness. Shit, it was stupid. I mean, it wasn't stupid, but point is, learn this shit by yourself.
there's like good videos on YouTube where you can actually have fun learning philosophy and more
Yeah.
interesting.
I literally learned this in 3 minutes. The video was 3 minutes long.
Exactly.
And then we just read an article online about the law of attraction. Like, yeah, it's interesting. And then obviously talk about it with like the right people because this shit could get very frustrating to talk about if it's not like certain people you're talking about it with.
Yeah.
Because some people kind of get too into it, you know? It's like, I'm not really here for all that. That's not me. And then some people just like are just anti like philosophy and shit. Like, but it's interesting to talk about.
Very interesting. And if you guys like have friends that you can talk about or like people you can talk about, try talking about with them and see like their perspective. Because
Yeah.
honestly, philosophy can actually let you know into someone's like character and how the way they think.
Fat. Say it again for the people in the back, please.
Okay, I said it.
No, I'll just I'll just cut it, copy it, and then make you repeat. That's fine.
But honestly, it's very interesting. You also definitely talk about it or
And
learn
it,
about
stop with all the surface level. Now this is totally off topic, but stop with the surface level shit with your friends. Okay, get to know your peoples.
it. Very true. Because at the end of the day, you could be talking to a shitty person.
Facts. And guess what? Guess what? The energy they bring out, law of attraction, comes full circle. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. And then it's your decision if you want to be receptive to it or assertive.
Look at you.
Look at me applying what I learned. If I did this in school, be straight B student. Yeah.
You are. Look off.
That's right. All right. Is that all? Is that all
Yep.
your input?
That's all.
Alrighty. So I guess that's it for this episode. That was interesting. We'll see how long this episode is. Let us know what you guys think of the structure of like, doing different topics and kind of going off topic. It was more like an organic thing because obviously with like the more people, the more like structured you have to be to make sure everyone speaks and like timing and shit.
But this is a honest to God, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
For us, like me and Jay specifically, we go off topic so much, and we kept this in rein and checked pretty good, pretty
I'm
well.
very proud of us. Like, I'm a proud mother right now. So let us know what you guys, because this could be like a test run. So like when Shanice comes back, we can like try it with like other topics too.
Yeah.
And then that way, we like explore and whatever. And then it's like more for the audience. So let us know what you guys think of the structure, doing like multiple or random topics. And we hope that this was somewhat thought provoking. Because even though we talk about like, we don't talk about like philosophy specifically, but we kind of like tap into that kind of world sometimes. So to actually like pick like two things to talk about and like research it was different for me. I don't know about for you. So yeah, we'll try this out with Shanice. And then like if you have like different topic ideas or whatever, I think we should start letting people like not letting people, but
Yeah, be like comment down what you want to see next. Like comment down.
And then sometimes we can have like polls and shit. Anyways, I'm giving out ideas. Anyways. So make sure to keep up with us on Instagram at DIFRTC_, where all of our other social medias are linked in our bio. And listen to us and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, SoundCloud, Anchor, wherever else you listen to your podcasts. And until the next one, y'all be easy now.
Bye.